So, good day everyone. Welcome to the third topic for quarter 4. So, when we write, we gather information and evidences from a variety of sources like books, news articles, interviews, websites, and the like. These materials or sources can be categorized as primary and secondary sources. Let us get familiar with them in this instructional video. So what is primary source? A primary source is anything that gives you direct evidence about the people, events, or phenomena that you are researching. Primary sources will usually be the main objects of your analysis. If you are researching the past, you cannot directly access it yourself. So you need primary sources that were produced at the time by participants or witnesses. Examples of these are letters written by themselves, photographs taken by them, and newspapers written or published during that time. If you are researching something current, your primary sources can be collected by yourself. The answers of your interviewee in an interview, the response of your respondents in a survey, and the result of the experiment that you conducted. Or sources produced by people directly involved in the topic, like official documents or media text. How about secondary source? A secondary source is anything that describes, interprets, evaluates, or analyzes information from primary sources. Again, a secondary source is anything that describes, interprets, evaluates, or analyzes information taken from the primary sources. Common examples include books, articles, and documentaries that synthesize information on a topic, synopses and descriptions of artistic work, encyclopedias and textbooks that summarize information and ideas, and reviews and essays that evaluate or interpret something. When to use primary and secondary sources? So, we use primary source to make new discoveries. So, to answer or to have an answer to something that we do not know yet. To provide credible evidence for your arguments. That's why your source must be a reliable person. And to give authoritative information about your topic. Secondary source is used to gain background information on the topic, to support or contrast your arguments with other researchers' ideas, and to gather information from primary sources that you can't access directly, like private letters or physical documents. The question is, which is better, the primary or the secondary source? So most research uses both primary and secondary sources. They complement each other to help you build a convincing argument. Primary sources are more credible as evidence, but secondary sources show how your work relates to existing research. Class, remember this about these two sources. Primary source is first-hand account, record, or evidence about a person, place, object, or an event. The point of view used, I was there. The writer is the person who have seen or witnessed the situation or the incident. It is more credible as evidence, and examples are videos, films, interviews, weather records, letters, diaries, and legal agreements. For secondary source, this is account, record, or evidence that comes from an original or primary source. The point of view used: I heard or learned about it from somebody who was there. The secondary source shows how your work relates to existing research, and examples of these are textbooks, documentaries, and journal articles. So, these are all the important points that you have to remember about our topic, primary and secondary sources. I hope you learned something. This is Ma'am Nina saying, happy learning, everyone.